What up, what up, what up? This is RJ Fantasy Football Talk, and we back. Is week 5. Let's get it in. It's been a good week for you, boy. I split half my leagues this week. I don't care. I'm good.
Okay.
I went 3-3. It ain't looking too bad for you, boy, now, man. In bad weeks, I think I'm gonna start getting some wins on these bad weeks. Um, so I think a lot of the bad weeks is going to help me a little bit because
Right.
everybody either between injury and buys, I think, and a lot of my players ain't on buys yet. So I'm good. So I think I'm gonna end up doing something. So what's going on with you?
Man, everything is good. It's day one of a government shutdown. So,
I was
uh,
gonna call. I called you earlier to
yeah.
ask you about that. How you doing with that?
Nah, it's cool. Well, since I'm not technically a civil servant, I still work and I just worked from the university today. I usually go to the university on Wednesdays anyway. So
Okay.
nothing really. I guess the big change would be the rest of the week. Next, going into maybe next week.
Yeah.
Since we'll see how it goes. But it is what it is. Welcome, Catherine Bracy, to the show. Good to have you out in the audience. But yeah, my fantasy football week was pretty good. I went 6-4 with my 10 teams. I still got my undefeated team rolling. So it was good. I still have one team that hasn't won at all, but their moment is coming. Did you get a win in that? I know last week you had a team that hadn't won yet. Did they get their first taste of victory?
Uh, I didn't get a win in the Bob Shop or True Warriors. I was
Mm,
close. I had Bo Nix um Monday night, and I needed like 2 snaps from
yeah.
Bo Nix, bro. Like I was like, give me
Too
two,
good.
just give me two. And I was like, man,
Right.
Bo Nix, he couldn't do me right, man. But it's all good. I feel comfortable. I'm on a bye this week, so I ain't even mad for real, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
I'm good with that. So I think I'll be all right.
So not too shabby. Do we dare ask the producer how her fantasy week went?
I'm
yo,
sorry.
she, yo,
Ooh,
she on that.
um,
Yeah.
that was uh, I don't. Yeah.
Okay. 4 teams. How did the 4 teams do?
Okay, we on football. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm on baseball right now because I'm mad the Yankees just won. So
Yeah.
okay. Focus. Fantasy football. I won one,
Okay.
and I lost everything else.
1-3.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yes. So fantasy football still sucks, but
Uh huh.
since I know I'm never gonna win in the dynasty league this year, I've given up on that one. So it's a running bet, and you all can vote for it. Who will win first? Me, the Saints, or Tennessee?
Yeah, the post is up on. So if you go to our channel, and you go over to post, click on the tab that says post. There's a live poll you can bet on. Well, not bet. I guess. Well, we should put somebody behind it. Actually, hold up. I
I
might.
mean,
I might start up something. But you can vote on it for now to see which 0-14 gets their first win. It's the
Yeah,
Saints, and you'll recall I said the Saints are not going to win a game all season. That was my bold prediction. Um, you have the Titans, and then of course Sydney's dynasty team, who it ain't looking pretty. I
I
will
ain't got a
say.
chance over there, so I figure I'm gonna be Owen however many games we play. I don't even know. So I'm banking
hey,
on getting
look,
the first pick. I don't care what comes out of college this year. My butt will be on it because I need some help.
Whoever the first pick is, it's
Quarterback,
very
wide
likely to be
receiver,
her.
running back,
don't,
tight
don't
end.
go
I
Manning. Don't go to Manning, kid. Please don't. Stay away from that Manning
I don't
kid,
know,
boy.
man. They actually show a comparison of Archie Manning with his uncles Eli and Peyton, and he's pretty much on par with where they were through their first few games. Only
He
difference
ain't
is
good.
they started as true freshmen, which is a bit different than Archie's. But we'll see where it goes. But
I
Grandpa
guess
said we're not gonna get to draft Archie until another
27.
year anyway, because he says
Mm-hmm.
he said Archie's gonna stay in college. We'll find out whether that's true or not. But yeah,
27. He coming out in
yeah,
27,
he's supposed
man.
to come out in 27. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We got some love in the chat for our producer. Maybe they'll vote for you to get the first win. And then Jasper Lewis, the senior out there. Thanks for joining us as well. Hey, we had mixed results, but in the chat, let us know how your week 4 went. Um, it's October. There's sports galore. We're gonna talk about a little bit here and there, mostly fantasy football, like we normally do, because there was a lot of NFL news there. But there's some other stories in sports as well. We want to chat on. Sydney just mentioned that the Yankees, those demons from New
Woo!
York, won against my Red Sox, but it's 1-1. The Red Sox did what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to steal one in New York. They did their thing, and then it goes back. Well, not back.
In the eighth inning.
Yeah,
Like,
it goes to
seriously,
Boston,
why?
and so it's all right.
Well, I'll say this for Sydney. That dynasty league is very hard. It's top heavy. I like for me, I was bad for the first 2-3 years. I made a decision. I said I'm trading everything. I don't care. I
Darn them
say
picks.
darn them picks. I don't care about them picks. Them picks, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Y'all can have them. I traded first round picks out of the woods. I don't care. Like I did a whole Rams situation. I was like, yo, I'm gonna just throw them away and give me some players, and it's working out so far for me. Now we're just gonna, I'm sitting in like fourth with 3-1 record. So
we'll see how it goes. Down the Rams won the championship with there, so you got.
I'm trying to win.
You got to bring something home. But yeah, you're doing
it's hope alive. Though,
you're doing the best out of the three of us. You and I both sucked last year. I'm still kind of sucky, but I'm trying not to finish quite as poorly as I did a year ago. But we'll see. The interesting thing about Dynasty is you're stuck with all your bad decisions. In redraft, you make a bad one, blah, 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 get rid of them, move on. Dynasty, in our initial year, I made too many bad choices. And it's year 4 now. My team is still suffering from my year 1 mistakes. But I'm also trying to clear house a little bit, and we'll see. I don't know. I'm not feeling too comfortable about my Cam Ward pick.
Oh gosh,
that's looking ugly, but he's a rookie. I don't expect a lot from him, but hopefully it gets better because Tennessee looks like a crap show right now.
Well, it reminds me of I think my biggest worst draft pick, and I like this guy. That's my guy. But I think my worst draft pick was Trey Lance. I think he set me back so far. Yeah. When it comes to the quarterback position, I think Jaden Daniels picked that up for me this year. Last year. He picked it up. And then I didn't even get to draft a quarterback this year. So, but I think Scottaboo is really the draft pick that kind of and I think another one, Joe Horn is going Jimmy Horn Jr., I think is going to be another one eventually he's going to end up doing work for me too. So it's just sometimes them bad picks, man, they come back to hunt you for a couple of years, man. Yeah. Ain't nothing you can do about it. So,
Yeah, and I've mentioned on the show several times, my year 1 decision, I went high on Derek Carr and Kenny Pickett. And so you can see why my teams, neither one of those guys are on my team now. But
we can see now. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to just dump my whole team and start fresh and just start without scrubs once again.
Well, I tell you what, trade off your best assets and get some number 1
I don't have no best assets. Don't nobody.
Yes, you do.
You got some pieces. Everybody got some pieces. And look, one thing we can't say about that dynasty team, there are some people who love the trades.
Yes, they do. You got some pieces.
They love to make bad trades. I
ain't call nobody out, but I ain't trading with some of them.
Look, I'm just saying, you got a piece over there that probably can get you a first rounder easy.
You got some stuff to work with.
Oh, 2 pieces, actually. You got Lamar. I think you got Lamar.
Sounds like somebody already scouted.
I don't care how broke he get.
Yeah. Look, I'm not saying me. I'm not saying me at all. I'm just saying people in general.
No, I mean, but I know how I am. I ain't giving up some stuff. Y'all can have all the scrubby-ish and make it.
I mean, you might want to part ways with Derrick Henry at some point. Try to get you a first
Yeah,
rounder because I'm pretty sure.
a
Oh,
young guy.
Derrick Henry, he probably would go. He get.
Oh yeah.
I don't
So
care how
somebody
much
will
he
take Derrick
work
Henry.
out, and they say he defying gravity. Eventually, that will all catch up with him.
Yeah.
I mean, all you gotta do is go talk to Tony. Tony give you two
Tony.
first rounders. For
Oh, that is not
See,
somebody I want. Oh, sorry, Tony, not to talk about you,
hey,
but
Tony Technology is a friend of the show. We would not be bad mouthing him. Look, we
I'm
gotta.
not bad mouthing him. But
No, I'm not talking about you.
it's
I'm
not
talking
the
about.
advice I want. I
I'm
guess.
talking about my co-host on the other side. Look, we not gonna say bad things about people,
I'm never.
no
I'm
matter
just
how
saying
true they are.
it's not a bad thing. It's a true fact that he will. Tony would give up two firsts for Derrick Henry. And he might throw you a third the next year. So I'm just saying. I mean, it's possible to flip those picks around there. I'm just saying.
Mm,
Don't get too shabby now. You got some picks over there. You got
yeah,
some players. So
maybe as I draft my hockey team, I'll think about that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's happening. So we want to start with some NFL stories.
yes, sir. First, we're gonna start off with speaking of Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's out
Yeah,
2-3 weeks with a hamstring.
hamstring, right?
Um, injuries, man. Injuries, man.
Did you pick up Cooper Rush anywhere?
I
No,
did.
Uh,
I did.
yeah,
Sorry,
Nah.
desperate times call for desperate measures. I didn't want to
I'm
do
not.
it,
Look,
but I did.
that's the league where
I ain't-
she has Lamar Jackson. So Cooper Rush, yeah, that's a no-brainer pick right there. So I ain't mad at that.
I'm not mad at that. I mean, picking out Cooper Rush, he gonna at least they gonna throw the ball like anyway, so it don't matter. Or they're gonna, but you got Derrick Henry, which is another good thing because they gonna probably run more than they throw now because of that.
Yo,
So
while we're on a welcome caller to the show,
welcome,
while we're
caller.
on the Ravens anyway, they had a interesting, if you will, game last week against the Chiefs. Both teams were going in there trying not to be 1-3. The Chiefs mopped the floor with the Ravens, which I thought was a bit surprising. Are you panicked if you're because I for one picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl this year on our bold prediction show. Not feeling
Mm-hmm.
great about that at the moment.
Yes.
Are you panic? Are you a Ravens panicker, or do you think they have time to
Nah,
turn things
it's
around?
early. It's way too early to panic. And plus, I mean, think about the teams in a division.
Yeah,
Like Cleveland's trash. Cincinnati, oh my gosh.
yeah, that's super trash.
I mean, like what are we talking about there? In Denver? Not Denver, I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
I'm having a brain
Pittsburgh's
fart.
the other one.
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh's the only competition
Yeah,
for them right now. So if anything, if they don't win a division, they may get that lower seed in the AFC. So I'm not too worried about it.
hmm
I think honestly, I think they fine. I think they'd be good.
I
Personally,
am.
it's just
I'm not at a let's see on a scale of 1 to 10. My panic meter is probably at a 4 right now, but it can instantly go from a 4 to a 8 if this hamstring starts to linger for Lamar Jackson. So
no.
if he comes back healthy, I'm with you. They got plenty of time to turn it around. Carla actually mentions the Ravens and that disappointing defense. Yeah, but Carla is a Steelers fan, so out of principle, you shouldn't have picked the Ravens defense anyway. You should-
Hey, when you play fantasy, you gotta go against the teams you like and to win.
Out of
Right.
principle, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I mean, but honestly,
I will say I picked the Chiefs defense and I got Patrick Mahomes on the team right now. I can lie to you. So yeah, you kind of put some of that fandom to the side. But I just want
look,
to play
I
with
put
Carla a little
all
bit.
fandom to the side when it comes to fantasy. I don't.
Well, you don't
care.
even like your
Matter-
team. You're the
Oh,
worst
how-
49ers fan of all times.
Look, it's not about not liking your team. It's about being honest about your team. And speaking of that, I'm glad you segued
Oh,
into that.
goodness.
We
Go
just
for
gonna
it.
talk. We're gonna talk about injuries.
Yeah.
Thursday night football. We play the Rams. Put in the chat who you think gonna win, either the Rams or the 49ers.
Rams.
I'm going with the Rams. Because
Because
we
you're
are
a bad fan.
missing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not missing a bad fan. I'm an honest fan. Well, Purdy's out, Person is out, Jennings is out, Bosa is out. I mean, do I need
Yeah,
to keep
they
going?
but that was the problem with the 49ers last year, and it looks like the injury bug ain't got no better.
Now, honestly, I would say this: I don't think Purdy should have played last week
Yeah, I agree
on
with
that
you. Yeah.
toe injury. I think Purdy should have sat out
They
the
brought him
two to
back too
five
quickly.
weeks that he was supposed to sit out. Now that injury is worse. And again, you got to look at Joe Barrow's toe injury. That could be the result of that. So you don't want it to get that far when you have to have surgery. But that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm just saying, I'm a real fan, and some people don't like that. I know we know somebody that is a fan of the 49ers. He don't know how to tell the truth. Love you, Steve. But you don't know how to tell the truth, bro. Like,
Speaking of
be
which,
honest.
yes, we still watch wrestling. With Det and our third man who ain't been around. We got to call the third man. I don't know.
Third man is
He's getting his education, so I'm gonna give him a little pass. But I'm like, third man, you got a 4-show minimum for a season. You got to show up for. He
is it
only done
4?
one. He only done one. So if you
Not a
watch
full
it,
show minimum.
he's probably not out of class yet.
Yeah.
But he about to be. So if you tune in the chat, third man, we looking for you. Carla got the Rams winning up there as well. Let's stay with the injuries. We got Brock Purdy that you mentioned. Lamar Jackson got mentioned. The biggest one, Malik Neighbors. Man, that. Oh yeah, that's how. Look, ooh. Every time we say a name of someone that the producer has on one of her teams, she has Malik Neighbors as well.
But
It's
you know
a
what?
sad year for fantasy for me.
Yeah.
The crazy part about all of that is the Giants all of a sudden now want to do something about that field, and that field has been a problem for years.
Ever.
I mean, we've watched even going back to, and I can't remember, refresh my memory, but did Odell get
hurt on that field?
On that field?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know I went crazy. He tore his ACL, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that same field that Odell, who's been he's out of the league now, and has played what he played in. That was his early career in New York.
That's where he got.
That was his first stop. So at the end of the day, like if you go that far, and I can even go back to when we played the Giants and we lost about 3 players that game to ACL injuries. So now all of a sudden you want to fix the field after all of that. That don't even make sense. Yeah, really, yes.
Yeah, it's that field has claimed several players in particular. I saw somewhere I think it was like 8 different players have had ACL injuries in a span of maybe 10 or so years or something like that. It's a wild stat. It's a wild field. So yeah, you would think they would try to do something about that just out of concern of player safety. The most interesting thing is I was watching another podcast earlier this week. They talked about how the Giants are going to put grass on that field because they have to with the World Cup coming, right? So it's like, well, if you're gonna do it for that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, do it for your actual team.
Well, how about just everybody do grass?
Everybody, yeah. Like right now, half the teams have grass. By the way, the Raiders have the best field in the NFL with the retractable grass. But for years we had a terrible field. I was about to ask you that. For years we had that.
I was about to ask you that. So can't you bring in grass?
Yeah, that's what
the Giants, like the Raiders do. They
because one of the things people say is the turf is easier to maintain, which it is. It's cheaper to maintain, but they don't want the grass getting messed up on other events. That's why the Raiders have the retractable. Sometimes they can pull out the grass for the game, then they slide it away. So follow the Raiders example, except for when it comes to playing football. But for managing a stadium, they got the answer. Let's hit some of these chat questions before we go, because there's another big injury I want to throw out there. Carla said Malik Neighbors also. I had Malik Neighbors on the team too, and I feel the pain. What do you think about Dak Prescott filling in for CLH? Oh, I'm not sure.
Nah, I don't know who that is.
I wonder, is it supposed to be Lamar?
Yeah, but, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe pulling in Dak.
Yeah, he's corrected it. It's LJ.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Looking at it. Thank you, producer. That's why we keep you on staff. Dak. I think Dak is a good fill-in for Lamar Jackson.
Dak is a great fill-in because one thing about it, whoever plays Dallas, they're gonna have their best game in
Yeah.
their life. And Dallas and Dak gonna have his best game of his life
He has to
every
throw
week
that ball
because
because they don't have a
they gotta throw.
defense.
They don't have no defense. Their
Hmm.
defense is putrid. I mean, trash. And they gotta throw the ball. So at the end of the day, I think Dak is a every week play.
Yeah.
Every week.
I,
I
I,
mean,
I also add, by the way, since we're talking about the Cowboys this week, I'm gonna give you my JJ's lock of the week.
Mm.
Justin Fields, my man, looked good. He had his best game last week,
he
and against
yeah.
those Cowboys, Justin Fields is a fill-in guy, and I'm playing him this week. I have him in
Only
a
thing I
couple of
worry about that
leagues. Uh,
is their offensive line.
nah, not
Ooh,
good, but
oh gosh.
but that's kind of the appeal because did you see like was a 63-yard run he had,
Oh, 40. I think it was a 40-yard
30,
touchdown.
40, a
Yeah.
big
He
number. And
hmm
because that offensive line is bad, he's going to be running and he's going to be racking up some fantasy points for you. And I think he's going to throw for a few. He should have had 2 touchdowns to Garrett Wilson this past week. They called one of them back on some foolishness. But yeah, I just want to throw that out there. If you're looking for a quarterback to replace Lamar Jackson and you can't get Dak because he's probably taken in a lot of leagues,
hmm
Justin Fields, that's a good fill-in for you. One more question. What do you like? AJ Brown or Marvin Harrison Jr.? That's a tough one for a couple of reasons.
I'm gonna say I have my issues with Marvin Harrison Jr. that has nothing to do with him
Yep.
and a lot to do with his quarterback.
100%.
I would say AJ Brown only because I know AJ Brown. The problem with this question, and this is a good
Mm-hmm.
question
This
about
is a
the
very good
caller,
question because it's a hard choice.
but the problem with going AJ Brown, you just don't know what game you're gonna get from the Eagles. I'm not even gonna say AJ Brown because the Eagles play to a game script. So if
Yes.
they come in and they feel like they can run the ball all day and or either throw the ball all day or either they can do the tush push all day, whatever they feel like they want to do on that day, they're gonna do. And no matter nobody can take them out of that course.
Yeah.
Now, if they get into a game where they have to throw, it benefits AJ Brown all day
Oh,
long.
yeah.
Now, the problem with Marvin Harrison Jr. is his quarterback doesn't look for him. Now, for a safer bet, I'm going AJ Brown because it can be those games where he gonna do work. You just gotta bear with it. Now, Marvin Harrison, you know what you're getting from Marvin Harrison. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, Marvin Harrison might get one catch the whole game. So it's just I don't trust his quarterback. I don't. He has a good matchup this week.
Yeah.
Now, that could be now if you go on based off that, then I would go matchup. Then I'm going Marvin Harrison. Now, because like I said, you don't know what you get from AJ Brown. But if I had to choose because of matchup, I'm going Marvin Harrison just because of the matchup, only because of that. Now, you can listen to me all day long, but you also have to trust your own judgment and how you feel. Because I have a rule: if you drafted AJ Brown high and that's your stud receiver, you play him to the wheels fall off. In my opinion, that's just me though.
Yeah.
Because you drafted him high, you're not gonna sit him on the bench for Marvin Harrison, even though you drafted him above Marvin Harrison. That's all.
We always say no matter what, you play your studs, go with your regular guys. And so I am not in that draft, but I 100% guarantee AJ Brown got drafted
Way before
before
Marvin Harrison.
Marvin Harrison. However, I'm going to go against the logic and say for this week, if I have to choose between the two, I'm going with Marvin Harrison only because, like you said,
The
uh,
matchup.
I don't trust either of these quarterbacks for real because AJ Brown actually made a little bit of headlines this week because he was posting some
Yes.
cryptic message on social media. Right? He came back and later said his bad. He wasn't directed at the Eagles. He was frustrated. Blah 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 blah. I don't believe
Mm-hmm.
any of that. I think he was frustrated with the
A
because
PR
here's the
move.
deal.
That's what it's called.
A couple of weeks ago, AJ Brown had a dynamite game, but it
Yeah.
all happened at the end of the game when they were down and they needed to throw the ball. And that's the
Yeah.
thing that bothers me with Jalen Hurts. I have him as a quarterback in the dynasty league, but I'm okay with that because he always get those tush push runs, or he gets enough to justify him being my weekly starter. But his wide receivers, you can't trust them because if they don't have to throw the ball, they will not throw the ball. And this week they're playing against the Broncos. I don't much care for that
I don't
matchup.
like that matchup.
I like the Cardinals matchup a lot better. They're playing against the Titans.
Yeah,
And last week we saw Kyler Murray defy his normal thing of I don't have to get the ball to my best wide
he
receiver.
got it. He got it to
He
him.
got it to him last week. I think
Mm-hmm.
the trend continues. And so if I have to pick between the two, I don't trust either quarterback, but I kind of trust the matchup this week more than I trust Jalen Hurts going against those Broncos. It's a
I
tough
mean,
one, but
it's a
appreciate the
tough one.
question.
I would say Philly is a real life. Philly has a good defense. They got a good
Yeah,
offense. They got a good O line. They got a good everything.
everything, right?
So it's like Philly gonna play with the way they want to play, no matter what people think about them in the fantasy world.
Yeah,
So Jalen Hurts, you can not stand Jalen Hurts all you want to. Jalen Hurts is
they
going to play
win.
the way Jalen Hurts played because they win games in real life. So they don't care about fantasy and what fantasy people think, which y'all know better than that because we like fantasy
Yeah,
around here. I'm just saying. Speaking of that, staying with the news,
yeah.
Bucky Irvin is
Hurting my heart.
week to week with
Hurt my heart.
a foot sprain. And we're gonna talk about that some pickups down in a few. Stay with us. But I think that's a big blow. I think it's a big blow, but I think they have a guy that we're gonna talk about later who could fill in because he did it before.
Okay, look, he had the job originally.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So
So I won't say the name was like a teaser for later on, but
yes.
because of you, sir, I was really big on Bucky Irvin this year, and so if this injury persists, I am I'm up a creek without a paddle, because I've got Bucky Irvin everywhere. I
No,
did I
I
did
love
manage to
Bucky.
get the backup in one or maybe two leagues. I think I only got him in one. I tried to get him in another, but um, I got beat to the punch in that barbershop league. The barbershop league is tough.
Yeah. You better be
There's a certain guy who's up at 4 o'clock every morning picking up
Byron.
flashes. So,
Byron.
yep. Private school. And
Byron,
so I was like,
DJ,
killing me.
DJ up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Byron's up at 4. Uh, I'm up at 3. Like, hold up, what can I do at 3 o'clock?
I'm knocked out sleep. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I'm just if I'm up, I'm looking. So I'm like, okay, what we got here? But I do see that you beat somebody. You beat me to the punch to Dylan Gabriel, but that's cool though.
Oh,
You
Dylan
know,
Gabriel, yeah.
you beat me to the punch, but I don't think that's gonna last long.
I'm not
But,
exactly. That's I'm not a believer, but I needed a guy because
yeah.
continue with news since you brought Doug Gabriel, Joe Flacco's getting benched just like Russell Wilson got benched the week before. I had both of those guys, and so I said I'm grabbing Doug Gabriel to fill in where I can, and I couldn't get him in both leagues because the same person got me in the barbershop. But
He always. I
always,
was like, bro,
it's like, dude,
like,
don't you
but
have a life?
I seen them picking him up. What crazy is they were picking up Dylan Gabriel at
Yeah,
like
he picked it up before the
1
news even
o'clock.
broke. Which
Before. Bro, I don't understand what they got. Like, I got all the apps, bro.
like it was
for real.
rumored that Joe Flacco was going to get benched, and I guess I should have done it off the rumors. But
But
yeah,
again, you can't go up. I guess you can go off the rumors
it worked
nowadays.
this time.
But they were picking him up way before they announced it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, and then really when they announced it, somebody else picked him up. He sat in the gridiron for a day before anybody picked him up. But I tell you this, I don't think it's gonna last long, and I'm gonna give you a pickup that I think you should pick, but hold on to him because
Is it
if
Shador?
you, yes,
Did you see him
I
quietly
love it.
answering?
I love it. Because you know why? Because they
Right.
petty with him.
Yeah,
They petty with him. And look, he better than me, bro. I
right.
promise you, he is better than me. Because I would be super petty.
Yeah,
Like I'm trying to tell you to the point where I'll hold up a sign, not talking to the media today, just like this, because it's been done before. Like we've seen guys not talk to the media. What's the old saying? I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Mm-hmm.
And you ain't even got to answer the question. You got it. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Don't answer their question because every time you say something, they mess with him.
Yeah.
He can now they mess with him now because he didn't say nothing.
Yep.
Which is insane. What we talking about here? We talking about a guy that didn't even touch the field. Really?
We got another question just popped in. Hey, Carla coming with the tough ones tonight.
That's
Michael
easy.
Pittman Jr. or Cooper Cup? You got this one. You said it's easy.
Michael Pittman.
Pittman.
Easy. Cooper Kupp is a shell of himself right now.
I didn't expect a lot from Cooper Cup this year, but he's been too quiet over there in Seattle.
So first of all, Colin, don't replace Debo.
Yeah.
Just because he's questionable don't mean nothing. Everybody's questionable at this point. So
That's
what you need to do is just make sure Sunday morning, preferably, because most Washington games are at 1:00. They never play like that 4:00 game most of the time. So I would check just to make sure.
I think the
at
Commanders
12
actually
o'clock.
have the late game this week. Double
They got
check
late game this week?
for that because they're playing the Chargers in Los Angeles.
Is that a night game?
I don't think it's the night game.
Is it a 4:00 game?
We have our producer on it. I think it's the 4:00 game.
What game is it?
The Chargers and the Commanders.
All right, got it.
Yeah. But yeah, to your point, I definitely don't replace him.
No. What you should do if it's a late game, just say because I don't know the time of the game.
It's
they
a
play at
late
4.
game. It's at 4.
It's at 4.
Mm-hmm.
So would you just make sure you got another guy on the bench you can put in for the 4:00 game, but don't replace Debo because quietly Debo is having a great year.
He is
in Washington. So I would not replace him. I would just have somebody that's able to put in that slot, in that 4:00 slot. So definitely don't replace him though.
Hey, it wasn't all injuries this week in the
it
NFL. There was the return of Darren Waller.
Darren Waller came out of nowhere.
Unfortunately, Tyreek Hill went out, dislocated his knee, and all his tendons torn up. But Darren Waller filled in the gap with 2 touchdowns. Are you a long-term believer?
No, not even. Mm-mm. Well, I take that back. Darren Waller was a really productive tight end for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he played well. But I think they're going to have to rely on him and Waddle a lot.
Yeah, I am big on Waddle. I have Waddle, and he should blow up the rest of the season.
Waddle, and then I got another name that people need to kind of be mindful of in Miami, who going to get work. Now, I don't know if y'all leagues do return, but he's going to be good for your return and in the passing game because he's the second receiver now because Waddle moves to the 1. So, but we're going to get to that though. Stay put.
That's coming up. Okay, I think I got the name, but
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But we're gonna go. Any more news you got?
One more NFL news, and we still got the other sports other than my Red Sox, but we'll talk about that stuff closer to the end of the game. Go Aces! But Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime superstar for the NFL. Are you excited? You looking forward to it? Do you
a lot of people not like
Do you know Do you have a favorite Bad Bunny song?
First of all, I don't. I know who Bad Bunny is.
Right. Do your kids like Bad Bunny? He's more of a younger person group than we might be out of the age group.
I only know Bad Bunny from WWE.
Yeah,
I'm totally honest with you because he was in a wrestling match. That's why I know who Bad Bunny is. But the problem with Bad Bunny is he doesn't have any songs with all his songs are in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how are you gonna relate? Not saying you can't relate, but I don't know how that's gonna work for regular fans like us who we don't know his songs.
What are you talking about, buddy? I do Duolingo. I am level 54 in Spanish right now, so
I'm gonna let you be 1155 because I don't know nothing about that lingo. So I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna watch. Everybody's gonna watch.
Mm-hmm.
but you got to mix it up sometime because it's always been hip hop for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of throw in something different every now and then. So it's cool. I'm cool with it.
I
I'm only
mean, if the
more.
beat's good, who cares what the language is? That's
That's
how
Right.
I
I
roll
mean
with
that's
music.
true.
Music is international, baby.
I mean that's true. So people gonna tune in regardless.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. But a lot of people are upset because they saying he can't. None of his songs are English, but who cares? I'm just here
There's
for
a
the
certain
game.
group that's super upset about it,
Of
but
course, we
I don't
know
even
they
care about
are.
them. So
We
let
don't
let,
care
let
about
them stew and be mad.
we don't care
Uh,
about them guys. Oh
yeah.
my gosh, yeah, we
I don't
don't
care
care
about
about
it.
them. Yeah,
But I would say this: I can't say that I'm a big Bad Bunny person, but I am looking forward to seeing how this show goes off. It should be kind of cool. And like I said, I'm practicing my Spanish, so I'm gonna see.
not,
I'm gonna
not
see
the
how
Spanish
well.
part.
It's
I'm not now practicing my
I'm about to
Spanish. I'm
say,
working on my
bullet with
Spanish.
me. We listen to some songs in
yeah,
Spanish
we
that we
listen to
like,
over
so
here we listen to a lot of songs
Well,
in Spanish and Portuguese.
well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm
oh
gonna just
yeah,
throw my
yeah, yeah,
iPhone on
yeah.
the language.
You gonna have it on Google Translate.
Google language trans. Hey, that's all the words for me. There we go. We good.
Look,
I
I'm
need to do
just
nothing
like I
else.
said. I'm here for the beat and the rhythm. Get my little salsa dance on and do my thing.
Man,
So,
look, I ain't here for the game.
oh,
Like honestly, give me some chicken
look.
wings and some fries. And I'm here for the game. I don't care about none of that. So it is what it is.
All right. Well, this week 5. It's the first week of bye weeks.
Yes.
So if you're like me and you went heavy on certain teams, then you got a lot of fill in. So let's try to give in some information on what people should be doing this week.
So let's talk about a couple guys that did work first, and then we can kind of fill in
Okay,
on that.
yeah.
Or yeah.
Never mind then. That
So
was a teaser for later. Who
so
did some work?
a couple
Ashton
guys that did.
Jitty.
We're gonna start with some quarterbacks.
We'll
I
start with
know
quarterbacks. I'm
normally
excited.
we'll do the format type thing. We'll read listen on, but we're just gonna talk about some of these guys. I want to shout out Matthew Stafford, who did work this week. Matthew Stafford quietly in 4 games has been awesome.
Yeah.
He's been really, really good.
He helped bring back your SMFL team.
Yes. I can appreciate Matthew Stafford now.
Right.
Carson Wentz played good in a losing cause, by the way, but he played good enough to keep them in the game. Then you want to shout out obviously Jordan Love, and then let's talk about that awesome tie
Yeah.
against Green Bay.
I didn't find it so awesome.
I mean, I did. I had Dak and I had Pickens, so I'm good with either one of them. I'm just saying. I just want to say I want to shout out
that
those guys.
tie, and especially Pickens and Jake Ferguson ruined me in some of my games.
Oh Lord, look,
One in particular, I knew I was gonna win, and no.
Yeah, I
Thanks
got
to that
Ferguson.
tie.
Look, my whole thing a couple weeks ago, I dropped half my team and I picked up a whole new team. Ferguson was on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford was one of the two guys I picked up. Ferguson's been doing work, and I think
He's
it's going
having
to
a heck of a
continue
year.
because that offense is always going to be on the field. So there's really nothing you can do about. They're just going to throw. And then Esther Genty, after the comments from who from a guy on ESPN, we're not going to name names, but trying to say he was a bust. He came out and now let me ask you a question as a Raiders fan. Okay. What is up with this whole
the Halloween stance, Michael Myers?
Yeah, like what is that? What is that?
It works. I don't understand why it works, but it works. For those that don't know, Ashton Genty, this whole time in college, he had the most unorthodox stance. And so Chip Kelly tried to work him out of it because he'd never been to see. If you're a fan of the Halloween movies, by the way, Halloween's coming up. It's time for your scary movies. If you are a fan of the Halloween movies, you see how Michael Myers always stands straight-legged and intimidating. That's how Ashton Genty's stance was in college. Chip Kelly said, "No, you're gonna bend your knees." It didn't work for the first 3 weeks, so he went back to his college stance and had the best game of his career. So he said that the stance is here to stay, and I'm all for it because I didn't
know what the whole spiel was when it was like he went back to his college stand. Now, mind you, I didn't watch Genty in college like that, so
Look, it was
I don't
Boise
know.
State. A lot of people didn't watch.
So I didn't know. I
Right.
didn't know what the stand was. So I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, he had a good game. So he had a really, really good game.
Yeah.
So in a losing cause, by the way, but
The Raiders
eh,
lose a lot, but
they do.
they've been competitive, and so
Now
I.
I do want to shout out your boy though, and
Mm-hmm.
you the only one I know that's been on this train, Amari Hampton. Amari Hampton, he averaged 10.7 yards a carry.
Marion Hampton
That is
with the
that yeah,
Chargers.
that's crazy. I shout him out. And ETN, who people were down
I've
on,
read him off years ago.
ETN he's looking good so far.
He's having his
He's
best year as a pro.
he's fighting for a contract.
Yeah,
And
it's, it's a
that's
good
the way you
time to
fight.
have your best year, right?
Yeah, he's fighting for a contract and he gonna make them pay because they could have gave him that 5th year option and they
Yeah.
didn't.
I mean, but
They,
I don't blame him. I wouldn't have given
I don't blame him
ETN
either,
a
but
fifth
no.
year option. Look, Josh Jacobs was balling out his whole time with the Raiders. They didn't give him a 5th year option. For a running back, it's becoming much less common to do that just because, that second 5 years you're gonna start to lose money because that's when you start to see this decline. But
Mhm.
Etienne did nothing to deserve. Josh Jacobs was at least good. Etienne's been terrible and a bust his whole time. But he waited to contract year to show off, and he's doing it because there were rumors that the Jaguars were going to move on from him this year.
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
but they moved the other one though. They moved
Yeah,
Bixby, which is insane. I mean, Bixby was good, but Philly of all places, like
yeah.
I would have been like, nah, dog, send me somewhere else. Send me
That
to
hurt my
Arizona or
heart. I
something.
was like, unless Saquon Barkley gets hurt, he ain't.
Yeah,
They,
send me
they
to
don't even give
Arizona or
him
something, bro.
offensive
Like, come on,
snaps right now. He only gets in on special teams.
kick return. That's it.
So bummer for him. Hey, welcome Louis Bracy. I see joined us on the show. We're talking about all the great sports. We talked about your Ravens earlier in this show. Um,
I got one more
where,
shout out, and then we can move on.
yeah, no. Where
You
were
know,
we? Wide receiver time or
yes, right
okay?
at your time. Now this is one of my bold predictions. Puka being the number one. I did say that right.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Puka's having a good year. Puka, shout out Puka. Puka had a great game. I mean, yo, the targets he get, man, it's insane. I don't like.
It makes no sense.
It
I
makes
I
no
only
apparent
managed to
sense.
get Puka in one league, and by the way, that's the league that I'm undefeated in. So thank you,
Look,
Puka. Keep it
I
up.
got Puka. I got Puka in one league, and I'm 3-1 in that league.
Yeah.
So I'll take Puka all
Hey,
day long.
Puka's gonna win people championships. I guarantee that.
And then Jefferson obviously bounced back from last week. He's definitely. I don't know if he's back, but I think that quarterback situation is in flux a little bit.
Yeah.
So you really don't know what's going on with
They
that.
say Carson Wentz might start again.
Yes,
Scheduled to, so that it worked out.
it worked out.
It
I
worked out.
mean, but Carson Wentz had 130 yards in the first half,
Yeah.
bro. So he was cooking early. Now,
And I will own it. I bash Carson Wentz every time I get a chance to. But
yes.
his first week, I don't know whether it was the Ireland air, but hey,
All right, then. All right.
they're not in Ireland, but they're in London this week. So,
In
by
London,
the way,
yes.
if you got Minnesota or Cleveland players, hey, be sure you set your lineup early. Our producer actually had to remind me that there was a 9:30 game last week.
No, I was on it. I was
Shout
sitting
out
on
to
the
the
couch.
producer because we were traveling this weekend and I was completely out of it,
He
sleeping.
thought I was playing. He said,
I was
"What?"
like, wait,
I
what?
said, "Nah, they."
I'm like, oh yeah.
It's an early
Yeah.
game.
So yeah. Make sure you're on your P's and Q's with that this week. Let me talk about somebody who did some work and
Yeah.
actually is a good pickup. I was looking for you to do this. Luke McCaffrey, the lesser McCaffrey brother, also showed out this past week. They're saying Scary Terry is
2 weeks.
potentially coming back.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
But for Luke McCaffrey, in the meantime, you mentioned Debo. Luke can fill in for your wide receiver needs. I would say if you need somebody for this week 5 bye weeks. I
Well, I
picked them
would.
up one place. I was looking for you to make a free agency bid on it. Set on
I
your
I
hands.
I did. I set on my hands on a few players
Yeah,
just because I'm trying to. Because the way I'm looking at it this year, and a lot of the guys I'm picking up
yeah,
are return guys,
yeah.
like
Like Dyke, you mentioned last week
Dyke.
over in Tennessee.
Mims is another one. Um, Definitely Mims. Mims is one
Yeah,
you should all go pick up. If Mims is somewhere in that free agency
yeah,
pool, go pick him up because Mims gets, and that was obviously on Monday night. You seen what he
yeah,
did, but he gets a lot. He's the punt returner, he's the kick returner, and he's active. Actually, he's the second receiver. So it's going back to a couple years ago when um, those guys were really relevant. Now,
yeah.
back then, now it's back to that because you see, I put Mims and I'm putting Dyke in the lineup over a lot of guys because they're guaranteed 20 just off of kick returns.
Yeah.
So
Another name you can add to that list in New Orleans, not that there's a lot to love about New Orleans, Kendre Miller,
yeah,
who's finally having his healthiest season since he's been in the pros, and he's
yeah.
making a lot of his points off of those kick returns. So the special teams players are doing some work. A couple of shout outs in the audience. We got Atlanta Flag Football
Going on.
podcast out there, and I mentioned Uptown Comedy Club, the league over there. I see it coming from it didn't show up apparently, but she talked about disrespect.
Oh, sure.
One of her sons apparently beat her
She only got
narrowly.
one son. What are you
Hmm?
talking about?
Oh well, so
Yeah.
that guy, shame on you doing that to your mother. You ought to be ashamed. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But hey, I'm trying to win championships, so it don't even matter. Welcome, Glenda, to the show as well. So we got
Going
we got
on.
we got people tuning in. Good to have everybody. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe button.
Definitely.
Show the love. Show the love. Who else you got? What else we
Uh,
doing?
so being that we transitioned to guys we can pick up that I think should grab. It's some guys out there. We talked about this guy last week. Woody Marks is one who you should pick up if he's available.
I I
Because
noticed you dropped Nick Chubb
yes,
in one of the leagues. Woody, you that big on Woody taking that job over?
no, and it's not even that. I needed a kicker,
Okay,
and I
hold
feel
on. Wait.
like
You dropped Nick Chubb for a kicker? I'm gonna have
no,
to talk bad about you.
no. Hear me out.
Okay,
I don't really need Nick Chubb
okay,
in that league like that. Because I am pretty good at running back, and I don't like playing with a half lineup. That's just the thing
yeah,
of mine. I have to put all my line because I feel like kickers can win you games. I'm
oh
not
yeah,
against kickers, so I play kickers. So I was like, man, I got to cut somebody because I picked up somebody else on the team. So I was like,
yeah.
somebody got to go. So, and I've been like kind of say, I was gonna go without a kicker for the week, but I was like, man, nah, Nick Chubb because I feel like Woody is really gonna take that job.
The coach said you can look forward to seeing a lot more Woody Marks, and based off what he did this past week, I
Yes,
ain't mad. I actually picked Woody Marks up. I think in 3 leagues. And for those
because
that
they're
just run,
saying
I'm
that
in 10 fantasy football leagues because I've got a problem. But I picked up Woody
he's
Marks
got a problem.
everywhere I could find them. So
Well, because they saying that obviously the main running back is not coming
yeah,
back.
Joe Mixon. They said,
But Mixon, they saying he might not see the field this year just because that injury is
yeah,
kind of that rehab is tough
yeah,
for that injury. So, and I forgot what the injury was. But they saying he may not come back at all. So that's why I initially made the decision to cut Nick Chubb because
yeah,
Woody was like at first it was more of a 50, 45, 60,
yeah.
60, 40 type split. It's actually more of Woody's getting more of the carries now. And it's kind of like, oh, do I really want to keep Nick Chubb really don't kind of do that for me.
Yeah, especially if you're already stacked at running back,
So I was like,
you
I'm
can
gonna
make
just
those
let him go.
decisions. Um, This is week 5. It's the first week of bye weeks. We got Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh all on bye. So if you need
Yeah.
some people to fill in, this is the main thing we're chatting about. And Woody Marks, or if you actually have a quite a few players on bye this week between my wide receivers and running backs. So Woody is in flex spots across
Oh yeah.
where I could pick him up. I'm throwing him in, so hopefully he follows up last week's game with a similar game. The Texans, C.J. Stroud finally looked decent. I won't say he looked
Finally.
great this past week, but he looked decent. Hopefully that means they're coming out of a slump. That we mentioned
Yes.
a lot about the Ravens earlier in the show. So the Ravens are struggling. The Texans are struggling.
So we'll see.
It could make for interesting fantasy
So
football.
Rashad White is another one, right? That you can grab because of
Rashad
Bucky.
White, Tampa Bay running back,
Yes.
filling in
Tampa Bay.
for potentially Bucky Irvin missing this week.
Even outside of the fill-in, I think you still can
Yeah,
get Rashad White because they're trying to incorporate him a little bit more in the office than they did last year. Because I don't know if they believe Bucky can carry the load. I think Bucky can personally, but
yeah,
Bucky's really good in space though. He's good in space. He's
yeah,
good as a receiver, and both of them are good in that position. So if you got two, you might as well use both of them because
yeah.
both of them.
For those that don't know, Rashad White was the starter until Bucky Irvin came
Bucky.
on the scene last year.
Oh
And with Bucky Irvin getting back, there's really not going to be any fall off, if you will, if they have to go to Rashad White. So you saw him as a big pickup. What about another running back on that team, Sean Tucker? He had like one really big game a year ago, and people were filling him. Do you also pick
No,
him up if Bucky
I
Irvin's
mean
out?
if Bucky's Irv's out, yes,
Hmm.
but I don't think that's a long term play for nobody
Yeah,
because once Bucky comes back, Rashad I think has a role penciled in
no
somewhere,
matter what.
no matter what. I don't think Sean Tucker does, and I think that's the biggest problem with going out to get him because he may, he may give you minimum numbers unless he's on a return
Yeah,
or unless he's on kick returns or something like that. So he ain't really giving you what you would want from a running back position. So I say no.
hmm
I would kind of stay away from him. Now,
What? What?
Trey,
Oh no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry. Go. No, no, no,
Because
go.
I think you're from the word trade. I think you're about to say exactly what I was going to ask you about. So
Boy, we
keep
be on the
talking.
same page, boy. Trey Benson is hurt.
Uh,
Um, but a lot of people are picking up, I think they're picking up the wrong running back. And
okay.
a running back they should be picking up because I picked him up earlier.
Is it
And
Michael Carter that you want to pick
yes,
up?
you should
Okay.
pick up Michael
Because a
Carter.
lot of people
'Cause-
picked up Amari DiMercado.
but I think that's the wrong one, though. I
Okay.
really do.
Why so?
I think because Michael Carter, I think, is a more, if anything, Michael Carter's a more established running back
Hmm.
because we seen Michael Carter actually
He had
be
some good
halfway
years with the Jets.
Jets. So yes, I think that's the one really you should pick up. I don't. I think people. I picked him up because I think you're picking up the wrong one because they brung him. They actually put him on an actual 53-man roster today.
Uh huh.
So he's actually gonna play this week, and I think he's gonna have a bigger role than people think.
Hmm.
I think the other guy is more of a he's a gadget guy. He's a kick return guy. He's one of those guys. I don't think he's an actual give me the ball 15, 18 times. I don't see that.
I think we've seen enough Amari DiMercado to know he's not a feature back, right?
No,
And
not
so
even.
that's why I like the Michael Carter suggestion because
Yes.
I don't know if either guy's going to replace what you got from a James Conner or what you thought you were going to get. We were
From a
just a
Benson.
week ago talking about Trey Benson because I picked him up in several leagues. I'm like, finally,
Yes.
James Conner goes down and I have the backup because that was the strategy for many years and it would never work out because James Conner never got hurt. I was big
Yeah.
on Trey Benson this year in my drafts. I'm like, okay, I'm set up. And then, like, after a week, he's out. So I'm like, seriously?
And he got 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, they put him on IR. So it's a
Yep,
minimum
4 to
of
6
four
weeks.
games. And most likely,
Mhm.
like you said, going to be between the 4 to 6. But, yeah, those are two guys you can definitely fill in. Um, Here's another fill-in guy. Let me know what you think about this one. Uh, Derrick Henry's been having some fumbling problems. We've seen
Mm-hmm.
Justice Hill get worked in a little bit more. Do you like that as a potential pickup?
I don't think that's sustainable though.
No.
I don't. I mean, not even because even more now on this run
Right.
of not having Lamar for 2 or 3 weeks, I think they're gonna run the ball even more now. Justin Hill now
Without.
he may squeeze in a little bit now, but I think it's gonna be the Derrick Henry show for
Mm-hmm.
these next couple games because they do you really trust putting the quarterback out there? And because think about it, you got to change that whole system
Yeah.
of that offense when you take
Cooper
out
Rush
Lamar
is
Jackson.
not quite Lamar Jackson, right?
Nowhere near it. So when you put a Cooper Rush in there,
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Rush is gonna have to he mobile, so he's throwing the ball. Like the only one that I think that benefits from a Cooper Rush is maybe a
Zay
Zay
Flowers
Flowers.
or Mark
Yeah,
Andrews, maybe.
yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
But as far as Derrick Henry's going they gonna make sure Derrick Henry get 25, 30 carries. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Touches anyway. Like cause Hill might squeeze in. I don't think it's enough with
Yeah.
Derrick Henry out there.
I'm mad at
Because you
that.
can't put him in a flex and say and think he'll get you 10 points. I just don't see it.
I say this. I don't see Justice. Just for me, Justin Hill. He already had his best game of the season.
Yeah, that one
Probably
last week.
he's one of those guys that he'll come in and put in some work every once in a while, but you can't rely on it. And so for
Yeah.
me, he's more of a desperation move. Whereas some of the other running back names that we mentioned earlier in the show, you can at least depend on something from them.
So let me ask you, I got one for you. With neighbors going down,
Mm-hmm.
who steps up? That's the number one.
I should throw the mic to our producer because
I mean, it's a
she
question.
lost Malik Neighbors and she was actually going for Luke McCaffrey as well, who I picked up, and I was like, well, you got the two guys out there for the Giants. Somebody has to step up, and you've
Yeah.
got a cast of bad wide receivers, in my
Ragtag
opinion.
players.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, is it
I
Wendell
went
Robinson?
I went
And who is it?
Darius Slayton. I don't trust Wandale Robinson, and I don't trust who's the younger guy. Hilt. Uh,
I don't know any of the outside of neighbors. I don't and Wendell Robinson. I didn't know none of those guys. Slayton been there for
yeah,
years,
Slayton's been there
but
for
Slayton
years, and
ain't
that's
never
why I
did
pick him.
nothing.
Wandale Robinson has had moments. Hyatt. Uh, uh,
But
he
like
had
Hyatt been there for like 2 years, and he still ain't did.
he's relatively young, and he had a couple of good games his rookie year, and then completely fell off the map. Some of that blame probably went to Daniel Jones, who's now the best quarterback in football in Indianapolis. But I don't think I don't think they have talent. Out with Malik Neighbors gone, I don't trust any of those guys. But if I have to pick one because I'm desperate, and a lot of
Mhm.
people are, for me, Darius Slayton has shown me more than anybody else has. So,
Or do
we
you?
got a couple of questions we want to get to. The Smitty, they have only three wide receivers on their team, and
Mhm.
two are questionable. I know the pain. I have a whole one of my 10 teams. My whole bench is either injured or on bye this week, so I know, I know where you're coming from. So if they had to drop one of these running backs to get a wide receiver off waivers, who are you dropping? Benson, Montgomery, Marks, Henderson, or Rashad White? For me, it's definitely not. I have a love of Montgomery, which prevents me from ever saying his name, and I wouldn't do
Yes.
Marks. Woody Marks wouldn't be on my list either. But who do you drop off that bench? That's a good amount of running backs. So that I would definitely consider dropping one for a wide receiver.
I mean, question is, do they
And
have
then
an
it's the
IR spot?
yeah.
So that my first question would be, do you have an IR spot? Because if you have an IR spot, you move in Benson to your IR. That way you don't have to drop nobody.
Yeah.
if that's the
And
case.
by the way, you also have the option of dropping quarterbacks, either Browning, Rattler, or Doug Gabriel. So,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
mhm.
Rattler ain't been playing that bad. I mean,
He's been surprised from a fantasy
from
standpoint.
a fantasy standpoint,
Yeah,
he ain't been
because
playing that bad.
I was looking because I need a quarterback to pick up in one of my leagues, and so I was going through the list, and I was like, wow, Rattler's been doing better than
Than
quite a
most
few
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks out there.
I got
Yeah,
him on my bench, and I'm like, I got to play him in about 2 weeks.
yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know.
So I definitely
Dylan
keep.
Gabriel is
Yeah.
questionable. Like, you can't ask me about Dylan Gabriel. I'm a Shador fan, so I don't. I'm not a fan of Dylan Gabriel. I think he's too small. I think he's going to get exposed this week against a Minnesota
Hmm.
team that preys on rookie quarterbacks.
Right.
Like, that defense preys on rookie quarterbacks. So smaller quarterbacks on top of that too.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
I
this is
hope
going to be a really good week
no, I
for
wouldn't have
Doug
started him
Gabriel.
this week.
Yeah.
If anything, it should have been when they played Miami. That
Hmm.
would have probably been the best start for him. But best of luck to him. Browning, bro, like I would drop him like in a heartbeat.
You would
If
drop
you could,
Browning over all those running backs listed because yeah,
I mean, because
the
if you
only
got
one
an IR,
on that list I would consider dropping if I didn't have an IR might be Benson because you're gonna be
yeah,
missing
that's the only one
so
because
many
he's hurt.
weeks because like I said, I'm a Monty. I've been a Monty fan since his rookie
Yeah,
year, so I'm probably that. I'm not the unbiased person to ask about him. Woody Marks, I love. Henderson, I would keep because we've seen some of these rookies start to get better.
yeah,
Like we mentioned, Omarion Hanson and Genty had their best games. I
yes,
think there's room for Henderson to be on that same kind of path where we see him getting better. Rashad White, we talked about earlier in the show.
yeah,
So I'm going with you, and I'm going to drop one of the quarterbacks instead.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just like I would drop Browning. Benson would it would be Browning then Benson if you don't have an
yeah,
IR.
Browning and Benson.
Um, yeah, this, for me it
What
would be.
what about if they try to maybe package some of these players together to do a trade for a wide receiver? Who do you think is on the potential? I would say
So,
maybe if someone's frustrated with Lad McConkey, maybe.
but nobody's doing that though.
You don't think anybody's going to make a move for that one? No
I
one's
mean,
that frustrated at week 5.
not for the only person I think that has that higher, maybe two,
Okay.
that has that high of a trade value. Maybe it's Monty and Marks. Those are
Mm-hmm.
the only two. But if those are your running backs, you can't get rid of Monty or Marks because Henderson hasn't did much just
To
yet
justify. Mm-hmm.
to justify keeping him. And Rashad White is going to get his touches only now because of the injury. So, me personally, I wouldn't, because I don't know, like, what receiver now, if you asking me what receiver would you trade for, I would, like, honestly, go get a Mims
Oh, instead of
from
trading,
Denver.
probably a
Yeah,
Mims is
like,
available.
go, yeah, go get a Mims. I would look for Mims. I would look for, if your league does kick return, look at those guys that's doing kick returns, those receivers, because those guys are getting more work. I'm trying to tell you, I look at it every day, and I look at fantasy all day, every day. Those guys are putting up more points than most receivers, bro. Like, so
Yeah.
if you might not even have to make a trade, just hit your waiver wire and see what you got.
We were talking about guys you're picking up to fill in, and I think you may have wanted to say Malik Washington at some point earlier in
I
this
was
show.
getting there.
You was getting
I
it.
was
I was gonna
getting
say
there.
maybe this would be a time to throw that name out there as a
Malik
potential.
Washington's another one. He probably can be picked up and without trading anybody you got,
Mm-hmm.
because he is the number two, and he's a kick returner, and he's a punt returner. And I don't think he's gonna lose those duties just because he became the number two receiver. He might just pick up being the number two
Yeah.
receiver. So at the end of the day, you're getting a triple threat at that one position
Mm-hmm.
where you can get more points than probably. He said, "What about going for AJ Brown?" Honestly, if somebody be willing to give up AJ Brown, but we talked about AJ Brown earlier, you just don't know what you're getting with AJ Brown from a week to week basis
Yeah.
because it can be good one week, can be bad one week.
it
Now,
all
if you see him reading the book on the
depends.
sideline, you know what time it is.
Yeah, okay. I see. It's also a two quarterback super flex. While we're on this, though, let me ask you a question. Uh, you can go to a running back if you want to, but since
Mm-hmm.
this question is about wide receivers, I mentioned Lad McConkey as a person people might be frustrated with and willing to trade. Are there other wide receivers that have had very disappointing years so far that you think somebody might be willing to give up on? And by the way, I see they have Turpin
Um,
also is questionable. That's another.
DJ Moore is one.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And by the way, frustrated people that you think can turn things around and be better
I
as
think
the.
they can. I think DJ Moore can turn it around. I think,
Mm-hmm.
but that all hinges on Caleb Williams trying to
Right,
get him the ball. But I think DJ Moore is that talented receiver who, at some point, is going to get it together.
right.
So DJ Moore is definitely one. Um,
How do you feel about T. Higgins? Do you think
that's the
don't
quarterback
we don't
situation.
love the quarterback situation too much, but
But
can
I would
that?
tell you this: he throws the ball way more to to Higgins than
Yeah,
he does to Chase. So if you watched their game last night, well, Monday night, he was throwing the ball to Higgins way more
yeah,
than Chase. Chase was so upset on the sideline that he said something to the coach.
yeah.
So
I say this,
Higgins,
D. Smitty. If you were in my league where I have T. Higgins, I would be ready to make a trade with you right now. And if anybody else in that 2x2 dynasty league is interested in T. Higgins, hit me up because
well, I would. My question for him would
yeah,
be: just say, just out of hypothetical,
mm-hmm.
say somebody was to give you AJ Brown, what would you give out of these guys you named? Who would you give up for AJ Brown? Because I'm
You
gonna tell
have
you
to
like
go
this.
high because even though he hasn't hit the kind of season,
That's my point I'm trying to
so
make.
he's. I think Monty would have to be in this package. Maybe get some of the
Okay.
Woody Marks hype that's going on right now. But I don't know
Yeah.
if people would have said I've seen enough Woody Marks because he's really just had one good game.
I mean, because if he came to me
Right.
and I had AJ and he was like, "Look, let me get AJ. I want Monty. I want Marks
You
off
want
the
both
rip.
of them. Yeah.
I want both of them off the rip because AJ's best games can equivalent to both of those
Yeah.
together best game.
I
So
dig it.
I'm gonna need Monty and Marks off the rip just cause.
Mm-hmm.
Now we might can work around something else, you want to throw something else in there, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe if you had uh, one of those with a wide receiver of lesser quality than
Yes.
AJ Brown, but I would, yeah, I would say one of those with a wide receiver. Maybe you could get somebody to go off of AJ Brown or T Higgins. Any other wide receivers that you kind of like that maybe haven't had the best 4 weeks that could be another trade target?
Uh, that's a tough one because a lot of the uh, I don't know right off the top of my head
Yeah,
because a lot of
I'm trying to
receivers,
think who else we
uh,
haven't mentioned.
well,
Maybe
because
in
a lot
Indianapolis,
of
do you believe Josh Downs can be? He was in a
he's
lot of people's
overhyped,
books
bro.
supposed to be the best wide receiver they had. He hasn't been
He's
that.
overhyped.
Yeah,
He's so overhyped.
you're not buying it.
Now it's one guy I think he probably could go get. Jameson Williams is had a bad couple of games.
Yeah,
He's so hit and miss. I like Jameson Williams, by the way,
yeah.
but he's so hit and miss.
That is the thing with him.
You get good games out of him, then you get like very
Stinkers.
low games out of him because he's not the fact he's not the guy that they want to look for that much in Detroit. But that offense is so powerful that he's probably the third option, maybe the fourth, to be honest
Yeah,
with you, because when you
there's
got
a lot of mouths to
Saint,
feed.
yeah, you got Saint Brown and you got
You got St. Brown there.
Gibbs, you got
Yeah.
Monty,
You got
he
Sam
might be four.
Laporta in
Yeah,
front of
so he
him.
might be now. If you want to go on a cheaper end, yeah, you can go get a Jameson Williams who he'll give you those blow up games.
Yeah,
Just don't know where you gonna get them,
you
but
just don't
you
know.
definitely, yeah, you definitely get the blow up games. But yeah,
Okay.
um,
All right.
I don't know.
Well, I think that's cool. But thanks again for the question. We much appreciate it. Hit that like, please. Hit that
Please,
subscribe if we helped you out, and you want to keep following us for more fantasy
Please do.
Yeah, all right. Let's see. Where were we? Any other pickup guys we want to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about is Romeo Dobbs. Speaking of another receiver.
Romeo had a game.
Now, question for you though,
Yeah.
because we know how this Packer stuff works,
You
man.
never know.
Okay, you never know with
You
these
never
Packer
know.
receivers. I seen a meme the other day. Now they was like, if you're looking for like if Jordan Love was looking for an open receiver, Romeo Dobbs was your guy because he has that extra.
That is so wrong. I
Yeah,
do.
that
I do not approve of
it's
that
not
joke. It's funny.
it's not fair. But I just thought I
Right.
was like, yo, that is really crazy that they really said that. They was like, so they had it like with a big head, and then the helmet was extra big and had a small body. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like,
Wow.
that ain't right. But Romeo Dobbs had a good game. Is it real? Because I think Golden at the end of this whole thing is gonna be the guy because they need a guy at some point
I'm,
because they can't keep going off of this. We got three, four, five, six great receivers or good receivers and not a great receiver because they need one to separate from the pack. I think it's going to be Golden. I think Romeo Dobbs is too much of a hit and miss when it comes because he'll get you four receptions one game
yeah.
and get you zero the next game.
I still think the situation in Green Bay hasn't changed from a year ago when you really don't know who that top alpha dog is. A lot of
Yeah,
people thought Matthew Golden was going to step in and finally give them a legitimate one.
I think
It's
he
his
will.
rookie year, so it's a chance that that increases. But for me, I don't have enough trust in anybody to lead my team on a weekly basis. I like all of those guys. It's like my wide receiver three.
Well,
Uh,
I think the problem with that is they don't have that style of play.
yeah, that's
And I
no.
think
This
that
they
Green
designed to
Bay
spread it
doesn't play
around.
that way. Their goal is to spread the ball around as much as they can to get these players involved.
Yeah.
Welcome, third man. We
I was
see
about to say
you.
Shaq's up in the chat.
We see you, third man.
Third man, we were talking about you early in the
Yes,
show. You are not
you're not
meeting
holding up your
your contractual
contract.
obligations
You
on
got
this
five
show.
shows to do this year. You only did one. Yo, it was four more, third man. Come on.
We need you. We know education is important, and we wish you the
Yes.
best. But sometimes you got to ditch them books. Let ChatGPT take you to success, and you
No,
get
no.
in here and you tell us,
No, he didn't say this
hey.
books.
But hey, he's talking about injuries, and injuries have been the story. I was mentioning earlier, Shaq, that I have one team. It's like an 8-man bench, and literally everybody on that bench is hurt or on bye this week. It's rough out here. He's talking about Burrow, Neighbors, the Cheetah, James Conner. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
brutal.
bad. It's brutal. It's bad.
It's brutal out there.
But
That's why we're
again,
talking about pickups that you can have for bye weeks or for injuries.
I,
So if
I,
you have any, I don't know how much of the show you've heard, Third Man, but if you got some you want to throw out as solid pickups for the people, you can still halfway meet your obligation in the chat. We appreciate you.
it's in your contract. We need 5 appearances
Yeah.
to get this green screen, so you can get this logo on the back. So you need to work for that now. Nah, that's my guy, man. Fill in if you got something to say, man, put it in the chat, man. You know
Yes,
what we
sir.
do. But yeah, I think because they don't play that way, I think that's a big issue with Green Bay,
Yeah.
and I don't think they really want to find a number one, in my opinion,
All right.
because they win that way. They win with
Or
spreading
they
the ball
tie
around.
suckers.
I mean, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's their preferred way of winning. Is not concentrating on one guy. So, yeah. Yeah. Wait, wait, wait a minute. Wait.
Third Man is coming for the jugular immediately.
Well, wait a minute. I'm getting a win this week, by the way. You did know
Okay.
that, right? Because I play your boy. He has no quarterback, no running back, no backup quarterback, and his other quarterback is on the back. So he missing like 4 people. And I know he ain't making no trades. So I'm gonna get an easy win this week to
This
get
is
on the winning. Yeah.
Speaking of not winning, we have the poll up. So if you're on our page, look over on the tab that says post. We're asking who's going to get their first win out of the 0-4 teams. We got the Titans in Tennessee. We got the Saints in New Orleans. And, of course, we have our producers' dynasty team who is struggling, to say the least.
I'm putting my money on Tennessee.
Producer got dibs on Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, it may not happen. I would say the Saints, but
Yeah.
stuff out in New Orleans ain't
I wish things were better. Speaking of dynasty, I have Cam Ward in the dynasty, and I need him to be a lot better, and Calvin Ridley, because I went on Cam Ward in dynasty, and I went Calvin Ridley in a lot of my redraft leagues on the hope that they would get some sort of connection together. It ain't working out for me. So,
Shaq. Also, I know you can't talk, Shaq, because you sitting 1-3 in one of those leagues. I need you to holler at me now in the dynasty league because you're sitting 1-3. You need some help, bro. I'll take draft picks now. I'm just saying. I got some pieces now.
By the
Holler
way,
at your boy.
third man throwing some.
No, I was right.
The third man throwing some love for the producer, picking her to be the first one to get the ruler. He also suggests the third string running back for the Cardinals. You had mentioned earlier that you thought a lot of people were picking the wrong guy with.
We need names, Shaq. You know,
Michael Turner.
He didn't say Michael Turner.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, okay, I guess. Whatever.
I mean, I guess, if we go all the way back to James Conner, then no, maybe he's not talking about
that. We need names, sir. Jeez, you know how this game work. Come on.
Yeah.
Man.
But I say it depends on what he meant by third string, because like we said, there is James Conner's out, Trey Benson's out, so technically they're already on their third string quarterback. So I'm assuming he either means Michael Carter or he means, we mentioned earlier, Amari DiMercato. You said DiMercato was the wrong choice.
Yeah, I think Michael Carter's the right one.
Cool.
Just saying. I could be wrong, but I'm just telling you, Michael Carter's more of a established back, in my opinion. I think he'll get you more.
Shaq said he was mentioning DiMercato, so
okay, makes sense.
Y'all can fight it out over who's going to be the right choice between the two of them. I'm actually playing the third man in the Dynasty League, if I remember correctly. And
so you gonna put him at 1-4?
I don't think I am. if you believe in projections, which I normally don't, but my dynasty team, we were talking earlier, I've ruined my dynasty team in year one, and I'm still trying to dig out of a hole, and I don't see myself coming out of that hole. It might be married couples at the bottom of the dynasty league, Sydney and me, just wallowing. But I'm undefeated in one of my other leagues, so.
Let me ask you: Do you believe in Kenneth Gainwell?
That's a good question.
Just saying. I mean, Pittsburgh's a running team.
Yeah.
He says all Bo Nix.
Yeah, Bo Nix. I say Gainwell.
You traded for him.
Yeah. I believe in Gainwell as my second running back, maybe third. I'm trying to think how much I say like this. Man. I didn't draft Kenneth Gainwell anywhere this year. I've looked at him on waiver wires and I said, hard pass. So I guess the answer is no, I don't believe in Gainwell. I feel like some people should, but I can't buy into it. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record. I was all Najee Harris. And I didn't like Jalen Warren. I don't like Caleb Johnson that they drafted, and I'm not a fan of Gainwell either. What are we laughing at? What's Shaq
my God.
doing?
He said he's gonna let the team burn before he. And I believe you. I think he's gonna let that team burn before he makes a trade.
Well, in his defense, you burnt him already on the trade before the season even started.
Y'all like saying that, but I didn't though.
Okay.
What trade?
Look, I just have these 2 ears that heard you agree to a deal with the third man. That's probably why he ain't been on the show this year. He don't trust you no more.
Oh, he
Shaq,
loves
come
me.
back.
We ain't back.
We need you.
I
We
was
are
gonna say
brothers.
it's three of us up
It's
here.
3 of us. Only one of us did you dirty. And so,
Look,
yeah.
me and Shaq go way back like 2 pairs.
Yeah, you,
bro.
you broke my man's knee, and then
No,
you
no,
did
no.
him
I'm talking about way before that, bro. Like we go
way
back
before you
so
broke his
many-
knee.
Yeah, way before. We go back years, bro. Don't even worry about it. Like years. Yeah, before this. Yeah, we good. Don't you?
Y'all good. And welcome, I see Anita Bracy in the show. Hey, Comedy Club League, I mentioned before, I played Nita this week. She has also not won a game, and I'm trying to make sure she doesn't win her first one against me, because that's another one of my better teams. I have 10 teams. I've got about 4 of them I halfway believe in. The rest of them, let's see.
Weak in the gun.
Yeah. That ain't fair. Shaq, we better than that, Shaq.
No.
I'm just saying, we're better than that, Shaq. Plus, you got what you wanted. You got Genty, so it don't matter. You got Genty.
Whatever.
He went back to Fresh Prince. He gave me the weak in the gun.
And then double crossed me. Oh God.
Yo, unless you got some more players you want to throw out before we cut out, the great thing about October is there's sports more than you can deal with. We talked earlier in the show. The Red Sox fell to the evil empire that's the Yankees, but Game 3 is going to Boston. I guarantee you they win that one. But
They
that's
better.
yeah, but there's more in baseball. So I know baseball's not your jam completely,
No.
but if you guys have people you're rooting for in the World Series and you are not allowed to say the Yankees, because I know we have a couple of Yankees fans out there, let us know who you're pulling for.
Jack is a Yankees fan.
Huh?
Jack is a Yankees
Yeah, I know.
fan.
I know. That's why I said I know we have some Yankees fans with an S out there. Don't put that in the chat. We don't want it. We don't want that foul language over here. Hey, I will slander the Yankees every day because the Red Sox are so much better. We also have some WNBA action. Their finals start this Friday. If you guys have been watching, we got the Aces with the 4-time MVP,
Ooh, they
Asia
stressed me
Wilson,
out last night with
going
that
against
game.
Phoenix, and that should be quite the matchup. The Aces got rid of the Indiana Fever, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little bit happy about.
Yes.
I've heard enough of all of them.
Yo, the disrespect those two girls be doing, bro, is crazy.
Yeah. It's,
On the sideline with the coach, the disrespect is real. We ain't gonna talk about it.
my biggest thing on it, and I'm not a Caitlin Clark basher. I think she's really good. However, I'm like, people want to give. She's the reason that the WNBA is good now, and that team she brought from the ashes, they almost made it to the finals, and she played 13 games this entire year. So
that's what I'm saying. Is she really that good?
Yo, y'all need to give a lot of respect to that team. Kelsey Mitchell, for one, unfortunately went out with cramps, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Me and the producer were hoping she would go out because, hey, I'm all Aces. I support all teams in Las Vegas.
What's the other girl?
Except for Oakland when they get there. And then
what's the other girl name?
Leah Boston, maybe
Boston,
that plays for the Fever.
She's good too.
They got some ballers. They got some high draft picks there that's doing their thing. But I'm looking forward to that. NBA is getting started. Probably saw
Bulls,
that,
the Bulls.
I love the Bulls, but I don't expect to see anything from them. What you think about the Carey brothers getting back together? Steph and Steph.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
That family connection. They also got Hoffer out there, so they might be worth watching. Coming in, we got let's see, the best time of the year.
Hockey's about to start.
So much sports, and then of course we got the defending hockey champion on the producer mic for fantasy football. So we got that. We got to actually get our drafts together for this year's hockey teams.
Count me out.
I know you're not gonna play fantasy hockey, but if you out there and you want to join a hockey league, holler at me. We'll see. We got so many good sports going. I'm gonna jump back to the WNBA. You might not be a fan, but have you heard that Nafisha Collier is having beef with the commissioner
Yeah, I seen
of the
that. I seen that.
WNBA and basically called her out to the floor?
Yeah, they did. She
What you
did. She wrote
think?
like a letter. Um, I really don't know the full story behind all of
Yeah,
this. I just know that they're saying some of the officiating is kind of off a little
Cause it
bit.
yeah,
is. They do not call
yeah.
stuff at all.
I say that the WNBA is what the NBA used to be back in the '90s, but
Hmm.
maybe even worse because
No, it's
they
worse.
they go for
They don't
blood.
call no fouls.
They don't call fouls like hardly
Well,
at
that's
all,
Cause
probably
unless
better.
you got a special whistle, like they tried to give to Indiana. I hate that term.
Well,
we're not even gonna talk about that.
I
But
heard.
yeah,
I hate
the
that special
officiating
whistle
in the
term that keeps getting
WNBA
thrown out.
this
But
season has
yeah,
been so bad. Part of the reason why Fee ended up being on a scooter.
yeah, but it's violent. It's
I
violent
don't
out
look.
there.
I mean, they. I guess they got fans that. I mean, fans that watch it. I don't watch the WNBA like that. I ain't gonna sit here in front.
You should
Um,
watch these finals. I guarantee you. With the Aces
Now I
and
did watch
Phoenix, it's gonna be
Angel
entertaining.
Reese because I'm a Bulls fan, obviously. So I support the Chicago team in the
Okay, injuries.
WNBA. Angel Reese. She I like her, but she's very emotional at times. She can be, but she
Mm-hmm.
plays with her heart on her sleeve, which I can get with. I could dig that. So, and she's really good, and a lot of people don't like her,
Yeah,
which I
but
don't know
they
why, but
don't
she's
like
really
her
good.
because she's the villain to Caitlin Clark's a hero, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, but she's really good though. They try to make it seem like she's not good. Somebody named RG3,
yeah,
try
RG
to make
three
it
is a
seem like
sucker.
Oh, he's a buster, so we're
Yeah,
not even gonna
yeah.
talk about him.
So he always trying to say something, but it is what it is. Nobody care about that. She's still good, and they just mad because she off the court. She makes a lot of money off the court from a marketing standpoint because she has good people in her corner that advise her, especially Shaq. Shaq really looks out for her. And
I
I
thought you
think
were
that's
talking
a
about the
good.
third man for a second. I just realized you meant Shaquille O'Neal. I'm sorry.
No,
I was like what? Shaq, you know Angel Reese? Get us some
oh
tickets.
god. No, he looks out, and I
Yeah.
think he gonna make a path for her to make money, a lot of money off the
Well,
court.
well, she already
And
doing that.
I mean,
oh
she
yeah,
has her own shoe.
Yeah, she
she got her
balling.
own restaurant,
Yeah,
so she got a couple
Yeah.
of things going on. So people don't like her for that, but it is what it is. I
yeah.
mean, it's I watch it, see what's
Well,
going on, but
I say this. Watch the finals because it's gonna be good starting this Friday. I have a very sneaking suspicion. Kathy Engelberg, she's the commissioner of the
commissioner,
WNBA right
yeah,
now. I see that she might not make it to next year.
yeah, they said,
They have a collective bargaining agreement they have to do
hmm
before this next season starts, and a lot of players, and not just this person, these stars of the
hmm
league are all coming out saying she's horrible at leadership, and she might not survive this one. And quite
well, I know.
frankly, I ain't
Then they
mad.
just signed a TV deal with
Yeah,
was it TBS or somebody? They
yeah,
just signed a TV deal with a 10-year deal
yeah,
with TB with somebody. So that's good. They getting that. But like Shaq said, I'm waiting on college
yeah.
basketball because
College
it's a
basketball.
couple of
So apparently, our third man said his wife is gonna be mad at him. I'm glad I married who I married. Sydney might be a bigger sports fan than I am,
Yeah.
so
boy.
I don't ever gotta worry about it. She might be more likely to ignore me during the game than the other way
Well,
Depending
look,
on
around.
what I'm
So
watching, yes, I will.
yeah, especially if it's Kansas City playing. Y'all see the Royals up there at the top of the
well,
ring.
Yeah,
Not
they
this
didn't
year.
make it. They didn't make it to the postseason. I was rooting hard for them though.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know. My wife don't care for sports too much,
yeah.
but she deals with it. So I mean, especially like fantasy football, it is what it is. You know,
Hmm.
she like it, but she's really more into basketball.
Yeah.
If anything,
I
like,
think
Most,
but
women
she like,
prefer
not to be
basketball to
sexist, but
football
most
in general.
females are.
Yeah. So that's
but she like going to basketball games.
yeah.
So
Hey,
like that's how she got
she
into it.
got
So
you got to end. So
So I got her in just taking her to games. So she
yeah,
likes that. She'll watch basketball over football. I don't think she can sit through a football game at home, let alone taking her to one. So I don't think that she'll be ready to go, or she'll be taking pictures or whatever. She'll be doing too much. So I don't know. But college basketball, because I know a lot of Carmelo's kids gonna be there.
yeah.
Bronny's son's gonna be there. I think Gilbert Arenas' son was supposed to be there, but he ended up getting hurt. He tore his ACL or something like that, or he hurt his knee, so he's not gonna be there. But a lot, I want to see Carmelo's son at Syracuse, see what he
Yeah.
do. So
That should be
yeah,
that should be good.
so we'll see. The Boozer boys, Carlos Boozer's son.
We
We got the
have
two
to
twins.
so we have to put together a March Madness bracket.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
early
mad.
next
Juju
year.
won't be playing though.
Who? Oh
yeah, she's
yeah,
sitting out this year,
she's gonna have
so
to set out Juju.
she going to the league anyway.
Yeah, yeah, when she gets a chance to.
Yeah,
So
but I still like to see her play though.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you this: when she gets to the league, Caitlin Clark who? Caitlin Clark who? For real.
Wouldn't say that.
Uh, the other girl already took her spot. The one that
oh,
came out,
Paige Beckers.
Paige
Uh,
Beckers,
Paige
better than her.
Buckets.
Okay, but you know what? Okay, so but it depends on what group of people you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
You're going strictly on play. If you're going on fandom, Paige is popular, but it depends on what groups of people you talking about that like
Yeah.
Paige.
Indiana is for her. That's the thing.
I mean, yes, the state of Indiana, but
Indiana, yes.
I don't want to go there, but
I mean,
But it's
It's-
nationwide. Look,
it's
Indiana.
certain groups
Look,
of people
look.
that like
Indiana
them from Caitlin Clark.
is nationwide.
It's a lot of people because of
Yeah.
how she presents herself don't like Paige
Yeah.
outside of the court. Now, when we
Well,
talk about
we-
play, yeah, Paige can ball. But if
Paige
we're
is better.
talking
By the
way,
about
Rookie
that
of the Year.
relatability on whatever, they're not relating to Paige. I'm telling you, they're not.
well, we all know why they not relating to Paige. Let's
I
be
know,
honest.
but I'm just
Like,
saying. You trying? I
look,
mean, what you trying to say?
Because
once
they
so-and-so
don't
come
like
in,
UConn.
It ain't
No,
they
no,
always
no.
gonna
It ain't
root
nothing
for
about
Caitlin
UConn.
Clark because everybody wants that great blank hope.
Gotcha.
But no, but again, like people don't realize, like, and we can be real up here. It's our show. Who cares? What they gonna say to us? They can't stop us.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's how they see Caitlin Clark. So you
But
talk
see,
about
Paige-
Paige, they don't see Paige like that. Juju, they gonna say like they talk about Angel, like they talk about Asia.
See,
They're
but
not gonna
Angel,
see her
greatest, by
like
the way.
that. So I mean,
See-
yes, she gonna ball. Yes, she gonna do good, but she's not gonna be the. Caitlin Clark's gonna be Caitlin Clark for a particular group of people. You can
Yes.
have a butt ton of other people come into the league, not unless you have another white girl that comes and plays that they like. Caitlin Clark is always gonna be that one for a particular group that watches WNBA. That's just what it is.
See, but what I think but Reese took that role, which I have no problem with. She took that role as the villain to be that person because everybody.
She took it, but they made her into it too.
Yeah, and again, she's capitalizing off of that role too because just like people call her, what was it, something rebound or me bound?
Me bound.
She turned me bound into a product, and now she's making money. So the dummies that's calling her that now they're turning that into money for her, and they ain't getting no part of it. So at the end of the day, she took that role and she's riding with that role, which I'm glad she's doing because at the end of the day, you twisting everything these dummies want to say about you, and now you're making money off it.
I get what you're saying and you're using facts, but it's not gonna ever matter. Because you got people who got blinders on. So I mean, the fact that she's making money, that's all great and wonderful for her. But when you have people who have blinders who only want to see what they're gonna see, they're gonna see her as they want to see her. That's just what it is.
So let me ask you this, and I know we're going deep into this conversation, but I'm good with it. If she continues to miss games, Caitlin Clark, if she continues to miss games, lose, not win anything, because last time I checked, Caitlin Clark ain't won nothing. And if based on the way I was raised, if you ain't winning a chip, you ain't winning nothing. So Caitlin Clark hasn't won anything.
You went Talladega Nights. If you're not first, you're last.
You're last. So that's what I'm saying. So my thing is, if she continues to lose, which she hasn't won anything, How can they up? And I get what you're saying because of the Great White Hope type thing. They're gonna keep her there because of that. But at some point, that ball got to drop if she doesn't win games.
Well,
Okay,
At
I'll
some
say
point,
this. I'll just say this. Those who were never really fans of the game and only fans of her, they won't watch it no
yes.
more. Those who were fans of the game will dig through players and find somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I say this: it's
So
going to be
what's the
tough.
It's gonna be another lily white girl that's gonna come along that they'll love, and she'll probably win, and they'll pick her up. Then the little girls will be wearing her jersey. I mean,
Well,
so, but like, so
I say this
what's the
though.
so what's the percentage of fans? So if you had to put a percentage on it, is it 50% Caitlin Clark fans in the league, or is it 30%, 40? Because Indiana alone is all Caitlin Clark. Let's throw Indiana out, but
Well,
outside of Indiana,
it's bigger than Indiana.
it's way
They
bigger than Indiana.
they regularly drive TV ratings in the WNBA, and ticket sales. It's undeniable that the fandom is real. Even when she was in college,
Yeah.
she had the masses watch because and part of it you have to credit is this world of basketball, and I have the same complaint about the WNBA. As much as I love Steph Curry, people are
Mhm.
just so fascinated with, wow, look at the 3-pointers they're making from the logo.
but the difference,
For
but
me,
difference.
it means no difference. You get the same 3 points no matter where you shoot that sucker
So
from.
so let me ask you this.
But I'm just
Now,
saying the that is what drove a
yes, of
lot
course.
of the success. And I also just say we saw what the Fever did without her. It's gonna be difficult at best to keep that team. If they can keep it
Well, see, but
together,
that's
it's gonna be difficult to get that team from winning a championship
but that's the
in
problem
recent
though.
in the
They
coming
play
years.
better if you think about it. They play better without her because she's so ball demanding. She wants the ball in her hands. I've
Well,
watched now. I don't
I would
watch
say
her.
not completely because she's one of the best. Except for she turns the ball over too much. But
See, but that's the
if you look at the assists that she pulls out of there, she's really good at facilitating. And I
and
said this about
I'm
the
not taking that
WNBA
away
before.
from her.
People are fascinated with her 3-point shooting. For me, her passing ability is what really separates her from most WNBA
But
players.
again,
Her court vision is on point.
but the problem that people say about her is the fact I've seen videos of her where if they're not getting her the ball, she's pouting. That's the part where
Well,
they play
that's why they
better.
have her play point guard because she always has the ball.
Yeah,
And so
but what I'm saying is,
it's not a thing that they have to find her for her shots. And if they do the pick and roll, her getting the ball is the first part of her rookie year. It was an issue. The way
yes,
they have her facilitate the ball movement, I don't think that's a problem. Her only real problems is one, turnovers are still too high, and they're gonna continue to be high because of the passes that she makes. And number two, she can't play defense to save her life.
and that's two main problems that she had.
Yeah.
And another thing is they don't win games with her. I don't care what
Well,
nobody says.
I
They
don't
don't win
think
a lot
that's
of
true.
games with
They
her.
win
You
games
need
with
to
her.
watch more games
They
with her.
win games with
The
her.
games I
Now,
the games
but
I
I will
watch, she
say
don't
they
win.
don't need her to win games. Would be the way I
But
would
that's
word that
again,
sentence.
Yeah.
Because
but
they can win with her, but they can easily win without her, as we saw this season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but the games I have watched,
yeah.
they have lost. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't watch many games
Well,
with her.
look, she
You
didn't
need
even
to
play
watch
that
more
much this
So-
games,
year.
though. I mean, you can do what you want, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
you need to watch more games with her.
Yeah.
I
I
think
just
it would
don't. I
change your
mean,
opinion just a little bit.
me personally, I just don't like people. And you bring up Steph. Steph
Yeah.
is world renowned for 3-pointers, but the thing Steph brings to the table is Steph wins championships. That's why people love Steph. Steph do it in times when all eyeballs are watching, not on a regular Tuesday night playing against Denver or somebody like that. He does it on the big stage and he wins games on the big stage. She don't win games. She ain't won nothing.
But I
That's
mean,
why I
this
don't
is only
understand.
her. How many years has she been in the WNBA? Two,
I'm
three?
talking about
This is
I'm talking about in
in
general because
college.
Yeah, I
they
mean,
love
I get it, but
they love to go back to the college days when she broke a record on 3-pointers when the lady that actually broke the record on 2-pointers.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. It wasn't even 3-pointers back then when they broke the record. She broke it on 2-pointers. Caitlin Clark broke it on 3-pointers. So they like to go back to her college days when she got bounced out by Angel Reese, by the way, and she
And
didn't
South
win anything
Carolina.
in
Don't
South Carolina.
don't leave
So
out
they
South
got
Carolina.
South Carolina doesn't even get credit for winning those championships. I remember when they won, they still talked about her the
Yeah.
next day. So I
Um,
get the fandom of it. I understand that, but still, you can't if you're not winning nothing. What does it matter?
I'm gonna interrupt basketball talk for a second just to go to baseball talk because I see
Okay,
Nita in the chat. I'm the one slamming your Yankees because the Yankees
I don't know
suck.
much about baseball, so
Yeah,
don't talk to me about it.
but I just need to know for the Yankees people out there. Wait till the game's in Boston
Hmm.
and your multi-billion-dollar Yankees team is getting bounced again.
Okay,
Yeah, I just want you to know that. Okay, y'all can go back
but
to
I get it
y'all
though,
go back
Sydney.
to
I got I
WNBA.
got I got to watch more. But I'm just saying, like for me, I was raised in the era where winning is what gets you accomplish something.
Yeah,
Not
well, if
you
they,
know
I'll tell you this: if Indiana won the whole thing, they would have gave her credit for that, even though she didn't
Even though she
play.
didn't play,
So
yeah.
there you go.
I don't see how because she's been on the bench
It
for
doesn't matter the fact that
forever.
she was on the team.
In this world we live in, does logic really matter?
Not really.
Yeah,
So
I'm just
This
saying.
is what I'm
yeah,
saying. She didn't have to play, but they would have gave
Yeah.
all that credit of winning to her, all of it.
that ain't fair to her
And
teammates.
that's
But
kind of why
I
I
get it.
rooted. Like, if she wins the championship playing, I ain't gonna be mad at it. But I 100% did not want Indiana winning this year because I like that's a cop out
I don't think she wins one as
Yeah,
long as the aces are
I,
around because the
Ooh, I
aces,
don't know.
I'm
I
waiting for
don't.
that team to get broken up.
I don't know. They would have to break up that
I
team for
I
them not
hope
to
that
win.
team gets
No,
broken
dude,
up.
I'm serious. Indiana's a scary team.
That team runs deep,
It does.
unfortunately, and I say
I
that
mean,
because
because
I
they
don't
had.
want
I
them
mean,
to
because
be good.
that Aces game last night or whatever night that
Yeah,
was,
that
they
was
was
just last.
pulling people constantly off the bench, and they was shooting threes and getting
Everybody was
inside.
balling,
And these are
but
people that
they've
just be on
have
the
I
bench.
think
So
3 or 4
I mean, to sit up
players.
and say, "Oh, they're not gonna win," I can't. I right now on this day, I can't say that because the Aces are good, but they lack some things, and they need to work on some off season getting some stuff. But the Indiana is if
They've got
they
three
as
players.
you say, if Indiana doesn't get broke up in the off season, they are a team to look at.
Let me jump in. There's a stat, and this is what led to the Aces' success. They had 3 players picked in the number 1 spot on that roster at one point, and Indiana has that same thing. Every team that has had that many number 1 picks has won a championship in the first 4 years of having all those guys together. This is year 3 coming up. So we gotta stop them from winning the championship, and I think the Aces are gonna be a team that can stop them. They just
so
did.
let me ask you this because I don't
Minnesota
understand.
also can stop them, so we need those teams to step up to get past this
And they
four
need to
year
stop
period.
getting hurt.
Yeah,
So let me ask you this because I don't understand the salary in the WNBA.
they don't have one.
I don't know
I'm
That's
about to say,
that's
what is there to
that's
understand?
that's why they're
what is the
doing.
salary.
That's why they're doing the collective bargaining agreement. I think
Yeah.
the max you can make is $100,000 in that league. That's for
I'm talking about.
like
So what's the team salary? Is it a team cap off where you can't pay but so much? The team got to have
yeah,
a
they have
cap.
they have salary caps just like others, but their salaries are capped a lot lower than your typical, and they only make, I think, don't quote me on the number, about, I think, maybe 30% of the revenue. It's a very small number compared to what most
Mhm.
sport. And in fact, 30 I think is too high. I think it's even smaller than that.
I'm about to say, I don't
I
think
think
it's
it's like
30.
20, maybe 20. But they have a very small percentage of revenue compared to what other professional leagues get. And that's why their salaries are so low. And that's why there's a potential for a lockout, because they have to do this collective bargaining agreement to try to get what they call. If you watch the All Star game for the WNBA, you saw them "Pay us what you owe us" shirts they were all wearing, because they are trying to fight to get not equal pay to other sports, but an equal share of the revenue. Uh,
Okay.
compared to.
Oh, it's right here. WNBA players only get 9.3% of the league's revenue.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was. I thought I was too high. Yeah, 9%.
Now,
Yeah,
does the NBA own the WNBA?
they
Like as far
are a heavy investor. They don't
okay.
own it like outright, but they
So
they
so Indiana
they help
doesn't have
support the WNBA, and they put in a I forget the exact percentage, but they put in a lot of the money to keep the league financial. League secure.
so so let me ask you, so does every WNBA team have their separate owner or all of
Yeah,
them have okay.
it's
So
not like
it's
it's not like Unrivaled, the
okay.
summer league. Uh,
Yeah.
this is in fact, by the way, Mark
All right, was
Davis,
better than
who owns the Raiders, has managed to have a very successful uh, team with the Aces. He just needs to transfer a lot of that skill set from the WNBA over to the Oakland Raiders.
Mm.
Uh, so let's see them. But yeah, everybody has their own individual owners.
Hmm.
okay. I didn't know because I thought because the NBA had a heavy invested, they was
Yeah,
invested in the WNBA heavy. I thought they kind of fund
they
the
do
league,
fund a good
the league, and
amount
they
of it. Yeah,
just have the teams, the cities have GMs instead
yeah,
of having like just every like Indiana, Chicago, Boston, whatever. They have different owners.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't know
It's
if it
not
worked
like
that.
the NBA owner also owns the W teams or anything
Okay.
like that. No,
Okay.
Mark Davis. Let's make the Raiders successful.
Mark Davis. Good luck
Um,
with that.
I'm getting slimed because I talked about the Yankees, but they're the Devils, so you should talk
Mm.
bad about them. And as I said before, WNBA Finals begin this Friday. Put it on your calendar. Google's your friend.
I might not watch it, but okay.
You will watch it.
I won't.
I'm about
Look,
to say, don't make people watch stuff they don't want to watch. If you're not a fan, you're just not a
I
fan.
mean, I've watched it before. It's just
look.
Look,
I
don't
lose
don't
interest.
force
I
yourself
lose
to watch
interest.
it if you feel like it's gonna be a grudgingly thing. Just do what you
Mhm.
do.
Watch it.
I
It's
want the
better.
Aces
Look,
to win.
it's better
I
than
think
the NBA.
I
It's
like it better than the NBA. I will
hundred
say
percent.
that.
NBA
Look, maybe it's because the Bulls suck and they just frustrate me every time I turn on the TV.
going to the playoffs this year, man. What you talking about? We got a playoff team.
Remember about being a real what did you say about the 49ers? You're a
I'm a real
truthful
fan.
fan, or you're
Yeah,
you tell the
yeah,
truth?
I know.
The Bulls are garbage. They just
Well,
are.
no, we
And
we have.
they got rid of all the good players
Well,
practically on the
no,
team.
I would say this. We did pick up. Kobe White has came into his own some way somehow.
I give you
Kobe
that.
White has
I give
become a
you
good
that.
player,
They have some.
and they have this young. I think young. He's got to be from Australia or something. He's really good. He was a rookie last year. He was only like 19, and he was really good. So he's supposed to be even better this year. I'm not saying we win the championship, but in basketball, the way they got it set up down with the play in and all that stuff, it is so easy to make the playoffs nowadays. It's ridiculous because back then you have to be the top eight seed no matter
Yeah.
what, and it wasn't a play in
The
for
playing game
9,
is the
10,
biggest
11.
load of crap I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I think the play in is it waters
Well, look,
down the
no, wait.
league
The in season tournament is the biggest load of crap.
even
The
worse.
playing games are the second biggest load of crap I've
Yeah,
ever heard
so
of.
I just think
Yeah,
so. It's easier to make the playoffs
yeah,
if you're a 10th seed or 11th seed. If you beat that 8th seed or that ninth seed, you can get in. So that's why I say you don't even have to have a winning record.
no,
You can be 38-42 and make the playoffs just cause.
just
So I
because.
say the bar is not high when you okay, let's win 40 games. It ain't saying the bar you got to win 60, win 40. Might can get in.
Yeah,
So it's a worth a shot. I'm gonna watch it the first 2 weeks, and then when they start losing, then what? Going back to football.
go or college or
I'm going.
something.
I'm definitely watching
Yeah,
college basketball because Duke all the
yeah,
way lose the
that
brother.
should be good. That should be good.
Yeah. So, but it was a good show. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Like,
Thanks
subscribe,
everybody for
please.
sticking around. Hit that like, hit that subscribe to your friends, to your family. Uh, let's get these subscribers up and
Yeah.
hey, enjoy October. It is, as the third man said, the best time of the year. With
Third man,
sports
we need you here in a
everywhere.
couple weeks. Your contract
Yeah,
it won't be
we
renewed.
need
I'm
you.
just joking with you.
Look. There's a government shutdown, Shaq. I will come to your house to do the show. Look, I ain't got nothing to do.
Jeez, we going
And he gonna have me ride shotgun, so I'll be there with the paper and the pen.
I'll be knocking on your door with the camera and the microphone. Like, let's do it.
So your contract will have tabs where you need to sign.
Yeah,
Exactly.
gotta come sign this contract.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I'm gonna draw it up. So yeah.
Let's make it happen. Anyway, y'all have a great night. Good luck to y'all in week 5. October, my aunt's birthday. Happy early birthday, to you in October, and good luck to everybody with their week 5 matchups. Make sure you're watching out for these bye weeks and injuries. Hit us up with your questions. Peace out.